morning and happy Friday everyone. It is already 11:45 and so far not much has gone to plan today. James is not well. He has some form of stomach bug for sure. Alfie could have one. Well, both Alfie and I, it's very hard to tell because Alfie throws up very easily. He hasn't thrown up more than usual, but he's had really bad nappies, which he doesn't usually have, so he has something that causes that. Because of my belly, it's very hard to tell for me when I have a stomach bug or not, unless I am vomiting, because I get, when it flares up, it's really bad. And lately it had been really good, and suddenly 2 nights ago it started to go very bad. I had no warning symptoms the way I would usually have, so I suspect I could have, Owen had definitely had something at the weekend. I suspect I started then Alfie followed, and then James is last. I'm guessing that's what it is. Because for me it kind of came, stayed for 48 hours and then went, which is not the usual pattern, so I'm assuming it could be that. I'm not sure. But James is feeling great right now. So he's not going to actually, obviously, because there's no way he could get away from the bathroom. I brought Owen to school. I have Alfie at home as well. He was just sick, so I just had to clean the whole floor in the living room. He's now with James, so watching something on his computer. I am gonna go to the shops to get James some food. He doesn't feel like eating anything that's not completely bland, so I'm gonna go and get him a few things in the shop. Stop by the post office to post orders. He was supposed to post some orders for me when he was going to work today, but because he's not, I'm gonna go and do it. Yeah, it looks like it will be a quiet weekend for us all. It's just autumn, you know. But the thing is that we've gone through a few different things so far, illness wise, so hopefully we're getting them all out of the way in one go, and then that's it, done for the winter. And we'll see. So yeah, we will see. We'll just play it by ear. But for now I'm gonna head to the local shops. There's like a post office inside the shop, like a small post office, and also I can do everything around the same area. And yeah, we'll bring you along with me. James is gonna keep Alfie while I do that, so I can just do it very quick. My little shopping mission is done. I found everything in the small shop where the post office is, so it's good. Sorry, I'm trying to do a one-handed seatbelt buckling. So yeah, I got everything and I can go home. That was only a 10 minutes little trip, so yeah, only leaving James 15 minutes on his own. That should be all right. Hopefully Alfie will be asleep by the time I get back. He was getting very sleepy. So I'll get home, and I'm not going to make any plans for the rest of the day. I'm not really glad that was my last orders posted. So it means like all my work is done. I'm kind of ahead of everything, which is really good. I'm so glad I took planning in advance for like the week, and getting ahead of my work meant that today I didn't plan, I couldn't work, and I can't work, and it doesn't affect my work, so this is what is great. So I'm gonna go home, yeah, and probably see if the boys sleep. I might do my workout early in the day and maybe film some videos in advance. I'll just see what the situation is and decide then. Good morning, it's the next day. I am about to make myself a coffee. Boys are away to Owen's dance class, and I am I've just tidied up the kitchen and the living room and brushed the floors because they were in a really bad state. The last few days I have not been able to do a tenth of what I would usually do on a daily basis in the house, because I had to kind of take care of everybody while having a really upset stomach myself. So yeah, it's been fun. It was driving me nuts, so I had to do it. So now that this is, I mean, it's not perfect, you know, there's still like those laundry basket, everything is ready, but it needs to go up, and I need to sort out those boxes, and it's not completely perfect, but it is very manageable like this, so that's good. So as I said, James is away with the boys. He's starting to feel better, but it takes, even though the actual bug kind of takes 48 hours. Do you know, like muscle pain? Do you know when you've just been sick? And I still have some muscle pain in my belly area. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna have breakfast. I am going to sit and watch The Apprentice, which I have not seen yet for this week. I had to put my personal time on hold a lot in the last few days, and I'm reaching a point where I need to have some me time. It's necessary right now for me to be able to continue to function at the level of care I've been functioning for the people in my house over the past few days. It is necessary. I'm not going to pretend I am Wonder Woman. I need a break. So that's what I'm going to have. I'm hoping today in the post I am getting inserts for my small planner. I have been using printables that I got online for it, for the current weeks, but because I ordered some handmade pages for it, like the diary for the next year and the rest of this year, but it comes from the Netherlands, and it's in the post, and I'm very hopeful that it will arrive today. So hopefully I can do a bit of planning, and that always makes me super happy when I do that, so that would be nice. If it doesn't, I will find something else to do to make me happy, but I'm really hoping it does. What else? I would love to do make some stickers this weekend. I have a lot of ideas at the moment, and I'm getting a bit frustrated that I can't do them because it's always something happening. But I'm just trusting that things happen for a reason, and that's why, and all that. Oh, and also we might need to go and get Alfie's feet measured at the shoe shop, because I have a feeling these shoes are getting tight. They're getting really hard to put on, and he doesn't like to have them on at the moment. He's like, usually he would play with them, but he doesn't seem very keen to put them on, so I am suspecting they might be a little tight. So because it's so hard to see with a baby if they fit or not, the best way is just to get them measured. So we will more than likely go and do that at some point in the weekend, but that will be obviously depending on how everybody is. Apart from that, we are doing nothing. We are staying home. The weather is not nice anyway, so it will probably involve video games, movies, playing, and things like that, but around the house, cozy time, probably most of the time in pajamas. And yeah, it's just, we need some time like that right now, I think, so that's what we will do. Anyway, that was a massive, gigantic 4-minute intro, so gotta get on with the rest of the day, and I will update you as the day progresses. Don't expect anything fancy, it will not happen today. I am going to ask you for ideas for Christmas presents for people, just in case you had anything I can't think of, because I've never struggled that hard to find presents for people ever in my life. It is ridiculous this year. Usually every year by now I would have all my Christmas shopping done, everything, because I don't like the rush at the end. Currently I have bought a few bits and pieces earlier in the year that I had seen for people, but very small things, and I cannot find any ideas. So for the boys we are kind of sorted. James has given me, we usually make lists for the boys, for us, so it's easier for, especially for people who don't know us very well or don't know what we like very well. When they always, like, people in my families would ask about James, and they know him, but you know, they wouldn't know what to buy him. So having the list is really handy for that, because then to these people I give the list so that we know for sure James is getting something he likes, and they know that he will be getting something he likes too, so it makes it easier for everybody. We do that for the boys too, because a lot of people live away from here, and they don't know what the boys have, and it's tricky sometimes, especially with Owen, who wants Playmobiles all the time. He now has quite a big collection, and it's hard to know for people to know what he doesn't have, so that comes in handy. Alfie is very difficult to buy for, because he has all the things Owen had before. We have kept everything because I always keep everything, so he has all that plus all the things he already got from birthdays and things like that, so it's very difficult to find something he doesn't have. But yeah, there's a lot of things he doesn't have, but you know, something he would use. and I also don't want them to have a million toys because I don't think it is necessary. So yeah, it is a tricky one. But do you have any suggestions about mainly what, like, ideas for men in general? Men are a lot harder to buy for, and I need ideas for my dad, I need ideas for James, I need ideas for one of my friends' husband, and I need ideas for my male friends. So any ideas for grown men? Yeah, anything. Throw ideas at me. In the lot there might be something that I haven't thought about. Or even if you tell me what are you getting your husband for Christmas, or your boyfriend, or your dad, or what are you getting for a man in your life for Christmas, because I am desperately looking for ideas for men presents right now. Thank you very much for writing any advice or anything in the comments about this, please. I am lost. So I've just finished to film my favorites of the month video, which is why I'm looking a little bit more glamorous. I'm just, you know, pretending that I'm just going around the house in tracksuit and cardigan, and still wearing a full face of makeup because it's totally what I do every day, as you know. But I thought I would share with you this moment because I feel like it's the start of something. For celebrating this moment, I have bought myself a big mega lighter, and I'm just gonna light up the first Halloween candle of the year, which is the first seasonal. It's gonna go into that and then go into Christmas candles. So this one is the, what is it called again? Forbidden Apple, and we're gonna use the little ghost guy. Come on, oh god, that's a mega lighter indeed. Come on. There we go. That guy. It's actually quite good because that will protect from the heat around as well, a little bit. So yeah, that's it. The first candle of the year is lit. Yeah, it's probably gonna. I have a lot of candle holders and that, but I'm not gonna light them all up really yet. I'm gonna do a pumpkin update with you because I haven't done one in a long time, and there's been a lot of improvement. This little guy is actually mainly orange now. It has a few green bits. I'm actually going to turn that bit to the sun, like this. But remember this one? This one was completely dark green, and look, it's. And I feel like even if they are not completely orange, they still look nice. Like this is kind of a watercolor effect on them, which is quite trendy at the moment. So I just have very trendy pumpkins, and the big one. Well, it's just the bottom bit really that still needs a bit of. It's actually more orange in real life than it looks on the camera right now. But yeah, the bottom bit looks. I'm going to turn it this way, try and help. Then I'm already just going to roll off. Let's do that like that. But yeah, they're doing pretty well, and there is still another 10 days to Halloween, a bit less. So that's good. My time, on the other hand, is feeling very dry, and I have a feeling that it's just dead and just drying out. So I've watered it again, but yeah, no, I think it's safe to say it's not very alive. So I'm gonna keep the dried leaves and crush them, and I will plant new things. And there I've left some of my really wonky sweet corn to dry to put in the bird feeder out there that I need to fill in again. Actually, I'll do that later on today. I'm waiting for a dry day where the grass is dry too, so I can cut the grass for the final time before the winter. It's not growing anymore now, so it just needs to be trimmed. And I'm also going to cut down. See, the sweet corn is all dead now, and so are the pumpkin plants, so I'm going to pull everything out. And that will be all the gardening done for the winter. My little cherry tree is starting to lose its leaves, and so is my unknown little tree thing that's growing there. We still don't know what that is. We thought it was a cherry tree, but it doesn't seem to be, so it will be a surprise next year probably. It is now 10 to 8 and James is bringing Owen to bed. I have actually managed to do a full sticker kit today, which those are the prints. It's like a navy, it's hard to see on the camera there. navy with some red and yellow and dark green. I need to change a few sheets. I tried to tweak some stuff around and I'm not entirely happy with it once it's printed, so I'm going to tweak a few things and then that will be done. And I'm going to do a second one which is a similar print but different colors, so they will be both released at the same time. Maybe not this week but next week, I don't know yet. I have no idea what I'm going to do with releases, but I'm going to prepare them and then see. Something happened, I need to confess. I may have started to listen to Christmas music today. I didn't intend to do this. I've been trying to fight the urge until Halloween was past, but Pentatonix released their Christmas album, and as you know, I am obsessed is maybe not the right word, but if these people did not exist, they would need to be invented to make my life complete musically wise, you know what I mean. These people are, every time I hear one of their songs, I just feel, it makes me feel right. Anyway, I saw that I had listened to their Hallelujah cover, which is absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it in the video clip, just go and see it. These people never cease to amaze me. And then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go and listen to the album on Spotify. I might not buy it just yet, but I will listen to it. I will buy it tonight. They are potentially the only people who manage to mix a lot of things that are not meant to go together, and yeah, I don't even know what to say which will make sense. These people just made me, I sincerely felt like my life was complete while I was listening to that. It may sound sad, but they just fill me with musical satisfaction whenever I listen to them. So that happened today, and I'm afraid now that I have started it, it will go on until probably the end of the year. So yeah, you might hear Christmas music in the background from now on very regularly. I was getting a bit bored of my music in the car as well, and this is going to be sorted because I'm going to get that album and this is going to be playing in my car for the next month or so for sure, and then I will switch around. I will make Christmas compilations and all that, but yeah, this happened, and yeah, I'm not ashamed. I've been fighting the urge for several weeks already, and I'm actually feeling very satisfied with myself right now that I've done it. So on that note, I'm going to end this vlog for today. Tomorrow is more than likely going to be a lazy day at home. For James is getting better, but he's still tired, and he's going to need to rest, basically, to be completely over everything. So yeah, lazy day, pajamas day probably for everyone, and I will see you then in another vlog this time, and I hope you've had a lovely weekend. Bye!